Didn't see you come in. Welcome back, folks. Today we're going to see how these new frets perform. I'm going to clean the glue up around here where the nut was and clean the glue off of the nut. I'll bring the camera over here closer where you can see what's going on. And clean that up, get the nut glued back in, get it strung up and set up. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about the setup on that. It was 7/64 on the bass side, if you remember, and 6/64 on the treble side at the 12th fret. Now I don't know, that's awful high, man. I don't think he plays down in there that much, but still, that's a lot of, that's just really high. And I'm probably going to have to remove some material from the saddle to bring that down. I don't know. Maybe I will just set it back up the way he has played it for 50 years. Anyways, I'll get the camera over here, bring you guys in closer, and we'll go to work on this nut the first thing. The nut's got, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's got some glue, not a lot of glue stuck to it, but it's got some there. It's got a chip broken out of it right here too. That's the way it was. There's still see the string slot there is okay. And it was holding okay, but I believe he had some paper stuck underneath some of the, in the slots to raise some of the strings up higher off the first fret. I don't know. But there's a little bit of glue in there. I'm just going to hit it a couple of times with a file. And I'm not filing this bottom part. Maybe I should a little bit. I see some glue there. I'm going to be very careful here. Because if I file any of the fretboard away, you know, I could move the nut and in turn mess up the intonation, which I'm curious about anyway, because someone's put a Martin bridge on this thing, and if they didn't get the bridge in the proper place, of course the saddle's not going to be in the proper place, and the intonation's not going to be proper. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. The nut itself, I'm just going to hold it and hit it like this to get that glue off of there. And it's coming very nicely. There again, I don't want to take any of the nut material away because that would actually move the nut closer to the bridge. And in turn, it would shorten the scale, you know, enough to possibly change the intonation. There's an awful lot of glue on that bottom right there. That's going to cause that nut to set a little bit high, I think. Yeah, it's setting right on the glue. I wonder if that was under there for a reason though, because like I say, he had put paper in, I don't remember which strings it was, in the slots to raise the string. So I'm sure he was getting some fret buzz from somewhere. I think I'm just going to go with that. Because I glue here in the center of the nut here, which glues against the fretboard. I don't glue on the bottom of it, so that glue is not going to affect it, other than make the nut set a little bit higher than it might have set. So I'm going to call that good. I'm going to leave that glue on the bottom down here. And I want some medium viscosity glue. And I'm just going to put I always just put one dot of it in the center of the nut. Now we're looking down in the sound hole here. I told you I would show you this in an earlier video. That is glue on the back of the guitar. I guess it dropped in there from when they glued that Martin style bridge on it. You can see, get enough cord here, where the old bridge came to. the old one. It was a little bit thicker this way. And that looks like a Martin bridge right there to me. But anyways, the glue. There's the glue I was telling you about. There's probably some more of it back in there. I haven't really got in there with a mirror yet. In fact, let's do that right now. Well, now this is wild. Check that out. The bridge plate is brand new, and it doesn't even look to appear to be glued in. That's that's really unusual. It doesn't look like it's glued in at all. Maybe it is, but it is definitely popped up on this front end. But you see, I was not told to work on the bridge plate. I was told to do the frets and nothing else. So that's probably what I'm going to do, you know, rather than do a bunch of things I see that need done. Check this hole out here. I guess the picks have been hitting there for many years, and it's got that, it's sharp, man. It is wore down. It's actually sharp around here. Guitar has been, it's been around, no question about that. It's just strange. All the work that I've seen's been done on this guitar is, it's not very good work, really. I mean, whoever did the bridge, whoever did this, patched up the fretboard there. Just, and then there you go with the bridge plate. It's just, it's like everything I see is lacking a little bit. I know they put a new pick guard on it. It's not lined up exactly right. If you look around here, size it up with the rosette, you can see it's not exactly on there the way it should have been placed. I don't know. Moving onward. A few drops of linseed oil. Goes a long ways. That's more than a few drops, but this board is very dirty and very dry. It's not all that bad dirty, but it is very dry. I went ahead and glued the nut in before anything else could go wrong. Yesterday, when I was polishing the frets, it was two places the binding came loose. It's broken. And well, it's broken in a bunch of places and has been put back. I'm just going to let that set now for a few minutes. The binding's broken in several places. There's a break right there. There's one here. There's one here. There's one here and here. Same thing on the other side. And, you know, I'd be holding on to it and polishing down over the side and the binding popped out. I glued it back and it'd pop out somewhere else. So the thing is just barely holding itself together, but you know, they say old acoustic instruments sound their best when they're actually falling apart. I was going to polish the whole guitar, clean it up, buff it up, and make it real nice for the guy, but I'm not going to do that because there again, some people like that old relic dirty look, and it's really important that you do what the customer tells you to do only. You know, if you discuss anything else or you see anything else that needs done, maybe point it out to them or make some suggestions to them about, you know, fixing it. But if you don't talk to them about it and you see it later, you should leave it alone. I learned that the hard way. You old subscribers know about that. I told you what happened. Now you can watch the other videos if you want to know more about that, but anyways, you just don't, you know, I used to fix everything I saw wrong, man. Everything I saw that needed fixed, I fixed it. I don't do that anymore since that happened. I'm going to let that soak in a little bit more before I wipe the rest of it off, so I'm not going to bore you to death with that. Hold on. Somebody's going to need batteries pretty soon, I think. Wasn't told to put new strings on it. If I do a setup, I won't do a setup with old strings. I just won't do it. Well, it never fails, does it? Glued the nut back in there that was on the guitar to start with. Started tuning her back up. And wouldn't you know, check that out. The whole side of the nut popped off. Right in the groove. Right where the string goes through the groove, it broke. This whole side popped out. Broke off. Here it is. Just from tightening that string. It's not even up to pitch yet. So, the only thing I can do now is put another nut in it. That nut was broke up here anyways. But I got to knock the newly glued nut in, clean the glue off again. And the only thing I have here now is tusk nuts. That's plastic, obviously, so this is going to be a major improvement. Hold on, let's take the nut back out. New tusk nut already glued in. I'm just waiting on it to dry. I had to get everything back out, hammer and all that crap. What's the chances of that, man? Unbelievable. Here's the old nut. Yeah, if I can hold it. It was broken here on the 6th string, but that still worked. And right in the string groove of the 1st string is where it popped off. If you can see that. Right in the groove, perfectly. That's weird. Definitely plastic. No question about that. So gotta wait for that glue to dry now. I've already got the strings on it. Got my invention here. This is excellent. If you need to get the strings out of the way to work on the nut, I just got a tiny pair of needle nose pliers here. Holds the strings out of the way perfect. And Stumac don't get my 25 bucks for their string holder, whatever they charge for the thing. This does the same job. So I'm going to go take a little break and wait till that glue sets up. I use CA glue, so it won't take very long. And we'll come back and tighten the strings, tune it, and start checking things out. Hold on. So I got the new tusk nut in. I'm going to have to file the slots down a little bit. I got a little more than 18 thousandths here on the 1st fret action. But I wanted to show you these. I've showed these before. These nut files from Stumac. They charge you like 40 some bucks a piece, I think, for them. There's 2 files, different size. This is a 12, a .012 and a .020. But my point here is they charge you so much for this shit. I would love to reach this to you and tell you to take it out of this pack, because you know I can put the file down on the table and shove down there. It's coming through, and it just sticks inside of the pack, man. It's like a major task just to get it out. You know, for 45 bucks, man, you'd think Stumac could do a little better. The tool itself is fine, but you know, they shouldn't pack it that way. Good Lord, man. And that tusk material was really tough. Tough stuff. I'm not filing flat with the fretboard here. I'm not filing, you know, up like that. I'm trying to hold the file at the same angle the peg head here is. Okay? Tusk is some tough stuff. There we go. 18. It goes in. That's perfect. Second string isn't too bad. Probably can leave it alone. The third I think might be able to come down. Yeah, let's see what gauge that third string is and bring it down. I think the fourth one's a little high too. So anyways, just showing you that. Got the nut in it. So I've got the nut action at exactly 18 thousandths on every string at the first fret action. That's where it was before, according to my notes. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot. Those old timers, you know, I don't know, some of them don't realize, they don't play that much up in here in the higher register, and they don't realize that you can really make guitars play easy. But if you remember, the neck relief in this was 0.003, and those old timers, they don't like change very much. You know what I mean? I thought about setting this guitar up, making a chord really easy and really nice, and there wouldn't be any buzzing or anything going on. I would really love to do that. But those old guys, you know, sometimes when you do that without talking to them, they don't like it. So I decided to set the guitar back up very close to the way it came in here. It's easy as crap to play up here. Down to about the 7th fret starts to get a little harder to play. So I've set the neck relief back 5, 6, 7, and 8th frets. Well, 6th and 7th fret, we have 0.003 relief. That's, there's the 6th fret, 7th, and it's a little tight going in the 8th, but 6th and 7th, that's where it measured 003 before. So I set it back like it was. Now, the action might be a tiny bit lower at the 12th fret than it was. Check that right now. In playing position, of course. Okay, before at the bass string we were on 7/64, I think. Yes. 4, let me see, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's where we are now. 4, 5, 6, 7 64s. 4, 5, 6 64s. So it's back exactly identical the way it was. And I'm going to roll with that. It's exactly where it was when it came in here. And like I say, you know, I would love to set that thing up for that guy. He's an older gentleman, and I've dealt with older gentlemen before, and they don't always like changes. I gotta put the truss rod cover back on. Boy, it sure sounds sweet. loud as crap. This is the first time I picked a guitar, played a guitar today. I can tell it. I was concerned about whether they got the bridge in the right place or not. It's awful close. That's a little sharp. That's sharp there. But it's no wonder with the action that high down here and then so low up here. I mean, I don't like that setup at all. Sure got that old Gibson sound. Yeah, it's definitely got that old-time Gibson sound. I love that, man. You can't get that in any other guitars that I've ever heard. There's the new nut, if you can see it. Bridge looks good. I don't know about that bridge plate. That's the funkiest thing I ever seen, man. Like I don't know how they could glue that on there like that. Anyways, I hope the fret thing helped some of you guys. I hope the guy's happy with this tomorrow because it's set up exactly identical to the way it came in here. There again, I would love to fix that. The action's way too high here. Too much, or not enough neck relief. 0.003 is what I set it back to because that's where it was, you know. He didn't tell me to set it up. The only thing he said, do the frets. Nothing else. That's what he said. So that's what I did, and I'm going to take it back to him tomorrow that way, or if he stops and picks it up, I'll tell him, you know, I can make that thing play way easier down in here, man. Now, I think he does capo up and play chords, you know, with a capo. So maybe that wouldn't be too bad. It's not bad, really, until you get down in here. It starts to get a little bit hard in this area. 6th and 7th fret, 8th fret, starts to get a little hard. Down here it would be, it's very hard to play down here. But it's all the measurements, the setup and everything's identical to what it was. So I'll see what he says. You might see this thing again. He may want me to bring it back and set it up, you know, make it play easier. Hope the fret videos help some of you all, especially the ones starting out, want to learn to do their own frets, or even the ones that do frets a lot, maybe toss a few new ideas your way. And we got to hear a beautiful sounding old instrument in the process. So cheers guys, thanks to the new subscribers and the old ones for staying around. Man, you guys making waves in the water. I'm digging it. We're going to reach 13K, probably will have by the time you see this. At the rate it's going up, I think we will. And we'll do another giveaway, something. I don't know what. Might be a guitar stand, you know, a stand, whatever they're called. I don't know what it'll be, but something. Tune it up and play with it a little bit. Anyways, thanks to all of you. If it wasn't for you guys, you know, the channel wouldn't be here. So thank you. I'll see you real soon. Probably, maybe I'll do a lesson on something, or I might just lay into that Martin guitar next, because I need to get some of these guitars through here. They're piling up on me. So anyways, thanks. Cheers, and I'll see you next time. That's right. Woo!